If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to the Low Scale Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Ghostsling's Finest, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones. Conan, how you doing today?
It's weird. That's weird. Not hearing all of it. Like,
Not hearing Mage.
yeah,
Mage is, we don't know where Mage is at. I guess he had like a whole bunch of paperwork to do or something today, and just got caught up on that. But
yeah. So we're having to
so
like
it's just me and Conan today.
maybe. Let's say we'll see if Mage actually shows up later or not. So
But how are you doing?
I'm okay. It's Thursday. Like today, I wish I could be as productive on days like today as I am normally during the week. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is part of my win that I have a long weekend, but this story doesn't make sense without that fact. Um,
What are you doing this weekend? Well, we're recording on a Thursday because uh
Conan's gonna be gone.
Conan's going to Texas or something this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't get to see any. We didn't see any family for Father's Day. Um,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I
and
remember
then
that because you were working.
yeah, and then my wife hasn't seen her family since Christmas, so we were planning on going that week before Father's Day. I think of going to Texas or going on Father's Day to Texas, but since I tested or was exposed to the
Mm-hmm.
COVID, I had to get tested, and since my mother-in-law is high risk and didn't want to risk it, so my wife was just like, "Yeah, let's just stay here till I get tested and can get cleared, and then we can go." So we're just kind
Mm-hmm.
of making a trip and seeing everybody. So
Well, that's nice. So you're gonna see your mom too?
yeah, so we're going to my town uh, tomorrow afternoon, and then going to.
Wait. So are you saying that you can get dinner with me?
I mean, we're just flying through, going straight home.
Oh, well, what I was gonna say uh is that they apparently opened a Bricktown brewery like right down the road from me.
Really,
Yeah, and I was wanting to go there, but
it's kind of weird to take your little brother to a place called Bricktown Brewery.
yeah, but they have good hamburgers. But like, it is weird. I'm just like, okay, so I was just like, what do you want? And or like, what do you like? If we did go there, did you want to just get a takeout? He was like, yeah, that's fine.
I guess that's helpful and a little less awkward than sitting in a
Yeah, then
brewery
take
with
it.
a
Mhm.
child. I remember we went to the one in Bricktown before, and it was okay, but I was like, I'm not in really any hurry to go back. But I also didn't go there just to drink. Like we went for dinner because I've heard the food was good.
Yeah.
I was like, it wasn't bad. Like just yeah, not really clamoring to be a repeat customer, but teach they own. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a good week, you know. We've been just been still chilling at home and stuff, but like on Sunday we had Father's Day barbecue at the lake. Um it was really nice. Like it started off it started off being like really like rainy that day, but then so like one of my sisters was just like, "Oh, we're not gonna come out there." I was like, "Okay," but by 2 o'clock it's supposed to be like 90 degrees. Okay,
Uh,
and she's well, like 10 o'clock rolls around, it's like it's still raining. I was like, "Yes, I know that, but the weather's about to change. Like, check the weather. If it was gonna be raining all day, then yeah, we're not gonna go out there."
it's Oklahoma.
Um, but so she didn't come out there, which kind of was it was bummed out, but it is what it is. Uh, but it was a fun time. I made some. I love grilling on my grill. I've like got like a whole bunch of like different like stupid like accessories that I don't need,
Yeah.
but I have them. Like I have a meat thermometer. Like that's probably the best thing I've ever gotten for that is a meat thermometer. So I can tell when exactly my food is like good to go. Oh,
My wife got
like
one too. Whenever she got some accessories.
it's especially good for chicken because okay, so you can get a 12 pack of Tyson's chicken legs, and I mean these are like big chicken legs, right?
Hmm.
Like they're not like KFC size. They're like big size. They're church's chicken size chicken legs, okay?
Heck yeah.
But you get a 12 pack of those for $5. And it's not like name brand or like knockoff one. It's Tyson chicken, like the good chicken brand. So, you get 2 packs of those, you got 24 legs right there. Now it takes 20 minutes to cook them
Yeah.
because you have to cook chicken very thoroughly. But you pop in that handy dandy meat thermometer, and there you go. You got a 165's a temp. You pull them off, and then they just sit there. It's so good. Like just biting in there and getting like a full like juicy piece of meat that's been marinating in a whole night. There's nothing better than that, and it brought me so much happiness to watch my sisters and my nephews and my brother-in-laws like bite into that chicken, and they were just like, "Damn!" Like my 2-year-old nephew was just like, "Damn, Uncle Ghost." He wasn't,
Yeah.
but you get the picture. Like it was like the best thing, and like I made 20 wings for about 10 people, or 20 legs for about 10 people, I think, and that's like five kids and 5 adults, and like all of it was gone before like everything else. It That's such a good feeling when people just enjoy my cooking.
I almost
And
picked
it's
a would you rather about that, but
what would be the would you rather?
it was like, would you rather be an awesome cook and have everybody love your food, but you can't eat it? Or would you
Hmm.
rather be an awesome cook and you love your food, but everybody else thinks it's trash?
Can I still eat other people's food and it be
That's
okay?
that's the way that I took it. Was that it
Or is it
was?
just that food like in general is garbage?
I just took it as what you cook yourself.
Okay, then yeah, I would much rather pass the joy of my cooking to everybody else
And
than me having it. Because like
yeah, that's kind of what I was at too. I was like, that one's pretty simple. So I was like, I'm not even gonna waste our time with that one.
yeah, uh, but it was a good time. And then now my sisters are now they want me to grill for my nephew's birthday party on the 18th. Now, what that's the bad thing about it though is once
Yeah,
you're good at something,
everybody wants
there's
you to
oh,
do
can
it.
you do this for? Yeah, but it's my nephews. I love them to death. I'd do anything for them. They're my sister's kids. I'd do anything for them. So, yeah, it'd be fine. Uh,
We had
but it was good times. Father's Day was pretty fun.
good. We did. What did we cook the other day? We tried barbecue pork chops on the grill,
Uh huh.
and like I think the meat thermometer that we got was just uh, the cheap one, and it acted as such because it was like, oh, pork needs to be cooked to like 145 degrees or whatever it is to make sure it's like good.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, checking it, but it would never get very high. But I was just like, I'm hockey pucking these things. I was like, something's not right here. So like, took one off, cut into it, and it was like obviously cooked. But the
Mm.
thermometer was like, no, you still got like 20 degrees before it gets there. It's like, nah, something ain't right here. So we
Well,
had hockey puck pork chops.
pork chops they're really easy to overcook because surprisingly, pork is actually a really clean meat, despite it coming from a pig and stuff. It's actually a really clean meat, so
Yeah,
that's why it doesn't have to be cooked as high as say beef or chicken does. Chicken's like absolutely disgusting. Like if you could undercook beef. and you'd be okay. If you undercook chicken,
Yeah,
you were sitting on the toilet for a while, or quite possibly going to the hospital.
yeah, you did.
Like you don't undercook chicken, but pork can be undercooked because it's so like it's a clean meat because pigs don't really move around that much. I forgot what the whole reason was, but as disgusting as like and gross we kind of think pigs are, their meat's actually really clean.
Yeah.
And so you cook it at a lower temperature, and it's they also you got to make sure your meat rests whenever you cook it. Like kind of the rule of thumb that I go by is however long you cook your food for, it needs to rest for that same amount of time. So if you're cooking like a steak or whatever, you want it to be medium rare or medium. There's nothing you should not go higher than medium. But if you're cooking your steak, medium takes about depending on how thick it is, about 3 minutes aside is about medium to get a nice sear on it and get a nice full flavor on it, and then it needs to sit there for 5 6 minutes because while it's still resting, it's still cooking itself on the inside. You don't pull it off and eat it. You never do that with meat, except for hamburgers. That's different though. But like cooking like steaks and like pork chops, you have to let your meat rest. Okay, kids, let your meat rest.
Take a break.
Take take a break.
To the Low Scale Dad Grilling podcast, Low Scale
Right?
Grilling.
I, I've always wanted to do this like cooking show. I really do want to have like a cooking YouTube show. That's all I've been watching the past couple of days. I've just been watching different cooking shows on YouTube, like binging with Babish, Cowboy Kent Rollins, or something like that. All I've been watching, and I and there was this other dude, this like real hipster looking dude, um, and he like makes he like gets fast food and whatever, and sees if he can cook it better. Which that's fine. I mean, whatever. But he got Panda Express. He was like, I can make better orange chicken than this. And then was sitting there, him and his like girlfriend or fiance or wife, I don't know what, was just like, yeah, or this Panda Express orange chicken doesn't have any flavor to it. And then I immediately just downloaded the video and
Yeah.
unsubscribed from him because
You don't need that kind
you,
of negativity in your life. Like,
exactly like Panda Express. Like Panda Express is good. Okay, it's not like I'm like yes, you can make better food at home, obviously. Okay, so it's not going to have the most preservatives and all the other MSG stuffs in there, but Panda Express is pretty good food, regardless of like where you go for it. It's pretty good food.
so orange chicken and some honey walnut shrimp, like,
I don't get
mm-hmm.
the shrimp. I get orange chicken, and I get beef and broccoli.
See, I always get the honey walnut shrimp, and it is.
Do you get lau mein or do you get lau mein or do you get rice?
I usually get fried rice. The last, I think I've had panda twice before moving back to the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna get the most basic stuff because I am basic. But
Mm-hmm.
then after we've moved back up here, we kind of forgot about panda just because we didn't have Asian food in Texas at our town. And if we're
Because you can go to China House or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like right down the road from our house. So we would do that for our Chinese food fix. But so I was just like, oh, my wife is actually making orange chicken tonight, so she brought me some. Oh, girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm jealous. I'm having a pot pie right now.
that's good.
I forgot we were recording earlier, so if you hear me like munching on this, I'm sorry. I've been trying not to. I've been being very like good about it. I think like backing off to eat chips and stuff. So
Honestly, haven't noticed. So
okay, good.
proud of you.
Um,
All right. Since we've had our cooking segment, we want to.
yeah. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week. Conan Jones, what is your fail of the week?
So I have multiple actually, even though it's been a short week since we've talked
Okay,
last.
I'll go first then. I'll go first then. I don't have a fail this week. It's been a good week. I know it's like 2 weeks in a row. Oh my god, Ghost isn't being negative. What? It's been a good week. I've been having a good. I have nothing really to complain about.
For the first time in forever.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you're having multiple good weeks back to back.
Thank you. I
Like
appreciate that.
that's it's an odd change of pace because usually we all have at least something to complain about. But so now it's my turn to complain.
Go ahead.
So I went to work on Monday, and my wife calls me, says, "Hey, Baxter is like his eye is
Oh yeah, I was
super
going to
red,
ask you about
and
this.
so he's like he's like got something wrong with his eye. Like I'm taking him to the vet to get him checked out, and like he's had like these bumps like on his stomach, like right underneath his rib cage for a while, but
Hmm.
it we was just like, let's just watch it and just kind of keep an eye on it. I really don't want to take him because it like he doesn't look like they're hurting him or anything, but so he did something to his eye, so he was freaking out about that. So she took him to the vet, and turns out he had an ulcer on his eye. So
Oh,
yeah, so I guess what that just means is that it got like real scratched somehow. Um, so he
did
had.
Ron get to him?
So that's our deal. Like, excuse me. We don't. We feel like we would have heard something if Ron would have got a hold of him.
Yeah.
And like he was fine whenever I put him to bed the night before, and then my wife said he seemed fine whenever he like got up out of his crate and came and laid down with her, and then he came in from being outside and was just like causing a ruckus. So she
Oh, so he
thinks
probably
that
got scratched by something outside then, yeah.
yeah, he like caught a branch or something as he was running the fence line chasing cars or something. So
Yeah.
so she took him to the vet and got him looked at, and they gave him two different eye drops to put in his eye, and as well as they just did like a visual inspection of the lumps. They said that they look like benign lipomas, which are just fatty, fatty tumors, like non-cancerous stuff.
Yeah.
She said that that might not actually be what it is, but unless we like get in and actually look at them or like do a sample of them and all of that and send it to the lab, like you can't really tell exactly what it is. But they're just like just watch him and make sure he's okay. If they look like they start to hurt him or they like there are more of them or get bigger or something like that, bring him in and we can get those tests done.
Right.
So we were trying to do the eye drops for him and talk about a freaking rodeo, man. Like trying to get
What's one is he's not even that big.
but he's a squirrely little cuss. Like he's a wriggler and he is a flower. It's like trying to hold on to like a big mouth bass after you've caught one. Like he's calm for a second and then all of a sudden he just starts going banana sandwich. So like we would have to like I would have to like hold him down and grip him real tight and then like have to hold his snout so he wouldn't flash like slap around and stuff so she could
Hmm.
get his eye drops in. And after like a day of that and it not really working, she called the vet back and was just like, are there any tricks to getting this done? Like I'm mad, he's mad, like everybody's pissed off and it's not actually getting into his eye. And they're just like, oh yeah, just bring him back
It's
and
just
we'll.
getting everywhere.
Yeah, it's getting all over his face, but not in his eye. And they're just like, oh yeah, just bring him back and we'll put him in for free for you. Like, oh, okay,
Oh,
well,
that's nice.
yeah, like you could have said that right off the bat, but I mean, I'm not going to complain if you're just going to offer to do that. She was like, so we can bring him up there 3 times a day to get him done? She's like, yeah, we open at 8, we close at 5. As long as you're here after 8 and before 5, cool. I was like, awesome. She said, I will be there. I'm a teacher on summer break. I ain't got nothing to do. He'll be there.
How many days in a row does she have to go and take him over there?
Technically, a full week would be Monday, but she's taking him in the morning and then probably before we leave, just on our way out of town, and then we'll just try it on our own over the weekend. But if it doesn't work, his eye actually looks a lot better now. Um, so at least it's kind of been healing on its own. Well, not on its own, but
I
you know,
wonder what they're doing to like calm his ass down.
I
Are
don't
they
know.
are they like so like whenever Vader like does weird stuff and like the other day I had to like cut something out of his fur and he's squirrely like that too. He doesn't like being brushed. He doesn't like being anything like that.
Uh,
So I had to basically put him in a headlock
mm-hmm.
to keep him from moving.
Sounds about right.
But all right, continue.
Um, yeah. So that's um, kind of with that. So he's doing better. We'll kind of watch him. But my other one, um, Father's Day rolls around, and my parents are in Texas at. They just kind of took a little vacation of their own and just got out of town for a little bit. So they were coming back into town on Sunday, and they were stopping by my grandparents' house, and they were just like, "Hey, you should meet us down there." Blah blah blah, and like I ended up having to work, so the timing wasn't great, but I didn't get any of their messages until the next day. And it's like, "Hey, we're leaving Wichita Falls." It's it's like Monday at 3:30 p.m. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, "No, you're at work." And then
Oh, your phone was doing the messing up thing again.
yeah, so I was like, "All right, I'm done with this." So I went to AT&T and I was like, "All right, what's the damage if we do this?" And like I don't how rude you have to be to the salesperson. Like I told him multiple times, I'm not messing with my internet. I don't want TV. I'm only here for cell phone service. And he was like, "Okay, well if you bundle like no, I don't you don't listen. You're not listening. I do not want AT&T internet. I do not want AT&T TV service. I do not want a home phone. I only want to talk about cell phone service.
I do not want green eggs and ham.
I will not eat it in a van." And he's like, every time he started talking, he was like, "Oh well, if you bundle this and bundle it with that, you can save." And I was like, I, I don't erfing care. And I just about
Uh-huh.
got up and left on him, and he could tell that I was getting frustrated. And I was like, "Good, because I'm about to start cussing at you." Like,
Mm-hmm.
part of me didn't realize,
Conan man.
yeah, part of me didn't realize how expensive phone plans are. Like,
Yeah, my
eight.
phone. Well, granted, I also have an iPad on it, but like my phone plan's like 160 something a month.
Good lord. So then he was
But
just trying.
that's me.
Go ahead.
Sorry, but that's because I have a iPhone I'm paying off, a brand new iPad I'm paying off, or a brand new iPhone and brand new iPad I'm paying off. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah. He was trying to upsell me on like the Premier package,
Um,
and he's like, "Oh, well, you get 200 gigs of like data, like unlimited data, and then 200 gigs pre-throttling, and then you get the hotspot and HBO Max to go, and all of this extra stuff." And I was like, "I've literally never used a hotspot on my phone, literally ever. I don't need one. I don't want to pay extra for one. I don't.
yeah.
I've already watched Game of Thrones. I don't care to have HBO. Like, I just need I need like 20 gigs of data a month and I'll be fine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cuz the rest of the time I'm either at home or I'm at the office or somewhere that has Wi-Fi, and I'm just like, if I want to get on Facebook when I'm not around one of those things, like I want to be able to do that, or to look at maps to figure out how to get where I am or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
so that was I was frustrated with.
Did you end up getting a phone through AT&T or not?
I did not. I was just like, I just want to talk prices. I was like,
Yeah.
because my wife is still on her parents' plan through AT&T, and I guess they
Mm.
had some issues with their stuff in Texas, so like her data got cut in half or something like that. But she was like, I just
You should instead of going through AT&T, you should go through Verizon. That's who I go through, and they're pretty chill about everything. Like,
yeah.
I haven't had any issues with it so far. Like knock on wood, but they've been pretty good. I went in there and got a phone through them, and they were pretty cool about it. They didn't try to. They did try to bundle something with me, but it was like not like internet or anything like that. It was uh an OtterBox with my phone. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I need an OtterBox because I'm stupid and drop my phone a lot. So it's not like they were like trying to give me like a home phone whenever
It's
the only people that still have a
2020.
home phone is my grandma.
Yeah, it's like I'm never home to use a home phone anyway. As
Yeah.
like
So
the guy even trying to sell me the internet or the TV package, I was just like, we watch Hulu and Netflix. Like, we're not home enough to actually watch TV. And he was like, yeah, I'm not either. And I was like, then why are you trying to sell me this crap, man?
because it's his job.
But like, I don't see.
I know what you're.
Yeah,
I feel what you're stepping in. I understand, but it's stupid that you had to deal with that.
he's like, oh, my name's Brandon. If you come back, like, ask for me and we'll help you out. It's like, dude, I know you get commissions and I know you make money off of me buying stuff, but like, I don't.
Earth off.
Yeah, if I never see you again, it'll be too soon.
Oh, hey, look, there's a traveling mage.
Yes.
Mage, what's your fail of the week? Or Conan, are you done yet?
Yeah, that's
Or do
pretty
you have
much
more?
mine.
All right, Mage, what is your fail of the week?
Well, I just had to deal with a moron. I don't know if you guys got my text.
Nope, I did not get your text.
I just sent it.
That's why it hasn't come through
Oh,
yet.
okay. Yeah, it came through just now. Okay.
That's a fail right there. That's why I'm late. I apologize.
We're good. We figured you're stuck doing
Yeah,
work
we figured
something.
you were doing something, so it's all good.
You
that's
missed
about it.
Ghost Cooking Corner.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks. I like cooking.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's your fail this week?
Well, I mean, other than what just happened,
Can you go into detail on what happened?
a client of mine got kicked out of one of his classes.
Like a
an
parenting class?
idiot. Yeah, like a parenting class.
Heck yeah.
How do you get kicked out of a parenting class? Don't you just have to go there and like sit and listen?
I didn't hear no bell. I thought this was America.
By
What?
being an idiot. That's how you get kicked out of class. I'm
God.
being discriminated against. Blah 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 blah.
Ah,
He's just one of those guys. He's just an idiot.
Is he white?
Yeah, he's white.
Okay, that's what I
Makes
figured.
sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense. He's also the type that probably doesn't want to wear a mask in public too.
Oh, you know it. He's
Yep.
also a hardcore Trump supporter too.
Yep. Anyways,
before we get too political.
yeah. I will say that picture of him looking so defeated after being in Tulsa, like the night after, like, man, that was hilarious to see.
It looked like a walk of shame after drinking all night at a frat house.
It did look like his MAGA hat was off, his tie was off. It was just like disgusting with himself. Sorry for your first edit, Conan.
Hey, it was better than the 20 seconds in from last time.
Yeah, that was good too. All right then. Well, let's. What's our time at?
We are at 28:35.
Okay, let's go ahead and continue our conversation about band stuff we've had for 2 weeks now.
This is number 3
It's
now.
been pretty good. This is break 3 now. I think now we're gonna finally get to high school.
Well, yeah, because now I'm kind of reaching for stuff.
Yeah.
So let me mark my time real fast just so I kind of know we know where we is. Your high school, well, your main performing ensemble starts 7th grade. They get instruments in 7th grade. Is 6th grade part of the elementary school?
Yes, 6th grade's part of the elementary school.
Okay, so then is 6th grade music a thing by itself, or are they lumped in with other grades?
It's 5th and 6th grade is lumped in together.
Okay.
But those kids can choose to do music, and they'll do music every day.
Choose to do music over doing like PE or something?
Yes. or we're doing basketball.
Okay. Because then,
But
go ahead.
they view it as I'm gonna blow off and not do anything.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple kids there that's like, yeah, this music stuff's fun. This is a good time. And then there's other kids that then like the majority of them are just like, oh, we're here. And, oh God.
Yeah, to be fair, sometimes they go to work like that. Like, oh, I'm here.
I mean, sometimes I come to the podcast like that, so I mean, I can understand that too.
We all have those days.
Indeed, we do.
I think last week was a very I'm here last week for me.
Okay, so if they get to choose fifth and sixth grade get to choose music or PE.
Yes.
Are you allowed to change that mindset? How the kids have that it's going to just be a blow off class? Are you allowed to have it be more academic as opposed to a
No,
PE alternative?
it's literally an alternative PE. My principal wants me to have the kids moving around and doing stuff.
You should do those. You should do those like elementary dances that we did in elementary music.
Yeah, I do those with like my little kids, but not with like
yeah, do it with the big kids too.
The high school kids.
Put your right hand down. Put your right hand down.
Or the really racist minstrel songs
Oh
that we did.
my God!
early in the morning.
Yeah.
Do them with your high schoolers.
Man, I
Shout
remember
out to Gohu about that one, the early in the morning.
doing that song with Herbert.
Don't pick a bale of cotton. That one, what is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was.
Now, me and
Go ahead. Did we lose you, Mage?
Mage is gone. Anyways,
hello.
There you are.
hello. There, he's
I
there.
said me and Ghost took that class together in college, and we had a blast.
I actually did have fun in that class. I don't know why that lady liked me. She loved me to death.
She liked both of us. We did.
I had
good in that
no
class.
idea why.
I think it just kind of depends, because I don't think she disliked me, but I hated the class because of the other people that were there.
See, I went into the class with the idea of that this is just a big meme. And I'm just going to laugh at it and have as much fun as I can and see what I can get away with and what I can't. And I literally got away with everything and the kitchen sink.
No joke. We got away with a lot.
We got away with a lot of, like, it was just like we were like inching to see what we could get away with, and then it just ended up like, oh, we could just as long as we show up to class and like not interrupt her while she's talking, we could do whatever we wanted in that class. Like we could turn in whatever we wanted. We did the play thing, and we literally were sitting there, and we did the Pokemon song at the end of it.
We did the Pokemon theme song. We also did "To Be a Man."
Yeah, like we did stupid stuff. Like we did stupid stuff that should not be allowed to do in class, and just got away. And we got like 100 on that thing.
Yeah, our musical was phenomenal. I think she kept it to give to other as an example for future classes.
Yeah, that sounds like stupid. We were doing this, and
we had some really good.
We did
for that project though.
What else did we have? We had Ave Maria on there. I had Duels of Fate on there.
Oh yeah,
for Star Wars. Like I had a whole bunch of it was a big meme progress that I did not expect to do, and then we just did it anyway.
Yeah,
it was.
I think the key to elementary music is to
be a second grader.
Well, yeah, to not be embarrassed by anything that you do, and to exaggerate and just have a ridiculously weird fun time. Because it's like what I'm doing is ridiculous. Don't think about it. Do it anyway.
Because everybody else is doing ridiculous things too.
Yeah, you got to set the tone.
I'm not sure where we were headed.
I don't know either, but
elementary music, no shame, no shame.
It's kind of weird that me and Major are agreeing on something and like not fighting each other like we usually
Dude,
do.
I'm so sick of fighting right now because I just yelled at that client of
Did
mine.
you?
So, oh yeah, I laid into him.
Good.
I gave him the mage wake up call.
Proud.
Sometimes I do that with my clients because some adults need to learn. Like some parents need to
You'll
realize
learn
that they're bad
today.
parents and they need to figure it out. And it's like, you better guarantee that after this podcast, I'll rant about this to my supervisor a little
Wow.
because I'm just like, oh man, what an idiot.
Well, okay. I guess with all of that, I'm not. I guess I was just kind of thinking if you could structure that before band class as a pre-band, but if they're
I
wanting it,
want to. I want
yeah,
to. But like I can't because they want me to make it they want me to I want it to be pre-band. I want it to be beginning band. Like ideally that would be my beginning band. I'd have like crappy instruments down there and everything like that. It would be my beginning band.
yeah,
But I can't do that because my principal wants me to do it this way and she's not going to let me change it.
that just seems really
And
dumb if they're wanting physical activity as a core part of music class, but then are letting them pick music over PE. Like,
yeah. Well, it's not PE, it's basketball. It's they go and they like it's like a they compete. I don't know what fifth and sixth grade league they do, but they do it like they do a school league to play with other people. I don't know where or what, but it's like
oh, I guess that's kind of cool that it's not just like PE
yeah.
class, but all right. Okay. I guess my other part that I had that kind of wanted to talk about. Yes, last week we were talking about like your band council president kid,
Uh-huh.
who's like a rock star. I kind of wanted to see like what your band council is and what you use it for, how it's structured. Like,
I don't use it for anything. I use it for if what I tell my kids um, is if you have a problem with something that's going on or with somebody else, go to the president first. Because my president kid, she is vicious. Like, she's everybody respects her, and it's really weird that a ninth grader has everybody's respect, and that she gets the then if there's a big issue, then she comes to me, but um, that usually if anybody has an issue, what she does is she just tells them to shut up and deal with it. And it's amazing. I've sat there and watched it happen, and I'm trying to be the adult in the room, and I'm sitting there like cracking up on the inside. It's one of the funniest things in my life.
is that
Like,
a title that she earned, or is that a title you
no,
gave?
she's earned it. She's a good worker. Like, she's definitely earned everything. Like, I don't want to give my kids special privileges ever. She definitely gets special privileges.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the way that I said that and the way that I meant kind of came off wrong. Is that something that she like applied for and did, or is that like I know she's the good kid who does everything for you?
yeah.
Does she have that title because she does that stuff, or does that make sense? How I'm asking
He
I
has
that?
that
just
title
like
because
give it
ghosts
to
uses
her.
her as slave labor.
No, it's not it at all. No, she definitely earned it.
But like, did she apply for anything? Like,
No, it was really just me, just like,
you're doing all these things and are
yeah,
awesome.
you're doing all these things anyways. Remember, I came into it half a year, halfway over with anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
So I had to just kind of had what I had and pick it up and run with it.
Yeah. Okay, so my next part of that is would you be willing or able to have a legitimate band council where you have multiple people on a group that you can use for stuff?
I just don't know what I would use it for because like
Well, I mean, you can just do stuff like president, vice president, and then section leaders. I mean,
my band's not big enough to have section leaders. My band's big enough to have like whole like on like whole like woodwind section leader, brass
Yeah.
section leader, and
I
percussion
mean,
section leader.
that's what you can do though. Is just like have the woodwind section leader, high brass, low brass section leader, and then percussion.
My low brass is 3 kids.
Okay, well then brass section leader. Being picky here. All right.
So I'm sorry. I have 17 kids in band, and I don't even know if that number is going to go up or go down because of COVID.
I mean, it's you. I mean, you definitely work with the numbers you've got, because I know like I used my band council a lot for like marching stuff. They were pretty
Mm-hmm.
much the psi of high school band, but they also we had like a banquet at the end of the year where they got like
Yeah.
special plaques and stuff. But there was also like an application process, and you had to go and you had to apply to be part of band council and go through this whole process. And it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
just, Susie, you're awesome. Here, have this title. Which is like, in your situation, you're working with what you got. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas.
Right.
Um, I know we use them a lot for like music and for like making copies. After they were approved, part of their process to get approved and gain that position was like a teacher recommendation form, and to talk with principals and like the secretary, and that the secretary and principal had to sign off on the kid's ability to use the copy machine,
Mm-hmm.
so I could send that kid during class to the office to make copies if I ever needed to, and I didn't have to do it in case I forgot in the middle, like before class or whatever the case may be. Um, I don't know, just kind of throwing stuff at the wall.
Right. Right. Right.
Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of food for thought, I guess. As seeing if there was any more to it than just that one kid who has the given title or not. So
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, that's pretty much it.
yeah, that's kind of my contribution for the band stuff today.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard thinking band stuff after being so far removed from it for so long. And then just putting myself in your shoes, since your group is so
Right.
different than what I'm used to.
It's all good. I understand.
Aw, thank you.
All right, let's go to topic 2 today. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Mixer's dead. Like it took less than a year, but Mixer's already dead.
I heard that on the way
If
home.
if you don't know what Mixer is, it's the online it's the alternative the hang on.
Twitch alternative.
Yeah, the Twitch alternative. And then it's dead. It's I guess they're like going to and they like merged they like merge with Facebook gaming or whatever, another dead thing that nobody really uses. I mean, like the day where I'm just like, yeah, let's go stream on Facebook gaming. That's when I've like reached
Yeah,
my
Ghost
like
is
wits
done.
in with this. I'm just like, I'm done.
I no longer have any self-respect. Let's go to Facebook gaming.
It's Facebook gaming. Here we go. But but so the big thing about it is that Ninja and Shroud, they're both like big Fortnite people. So I don't really know them at all. I know Ninja. I don't know who Shroud is. But apparently, instead of like moving over to Facebook gaming or whatever, they forced Mixer to buy out their contracts. So Ninja made $30 million for
Mm,
eight months of work, and Shroud made the same amount for or he
mm.
made like $10 million for the same like 8 months of work.
Feels good, man.
Like that's absolutely crazy,
God, could you imagine just getting that check? Because what was their? Do
right?
you know what their contract was like over a certain
I
amount of
have no
time?
idea. I have no idea, but I know they got paid a bunch of money. And apparently what face this is how bad Facebook gaming is. They literally offered them double what their contracts was to come on to Facebook gaming. So he turned down $30 million to not go on to Facebook gaming.
Because it would have been 60 million.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he turned down $60 million. That's how bad Facebook gaming is.
Man, could you imagine getting paid like $30 million for playing a video game?
Oh man,
Like,
that's the dream. Like that's the dream someday. Like somebody's just like, hey, I like that Ghostland's finest dude. He plays World of Warcraft and he yells about other things. And I'm just like, all right, I have a podcast too that's pretty good. And it's like, oh, you only got a couple episodes? No, I have almost over 100 now. Okay,
we should
or
have.
I do have over 100 now.
Yeah,
Excuse me. You can listen to our podcast, but that's the dream. That's the end goal is to do that, is to like make a community. It doesn't even have to be, I don't even want $1 million. If somebody was just like, yo, Ghost, I'll give you 10K to stream on Twitch. Sign me up. Okay?
I'm done.
Sign me up. Like, do what you gotta do.
Jeez, man. Like I was listening to the Bombcast on the way home, and
Yeah.
that's what they were talking about. Just like they got signed out or cashed out their stuff, and just like, man, that's they didn't say how much the contracts were worth, but that's ridiculous, man. That's
I
so much
just
stinking money.
I don't even know what I would do with $1 million. Like, besides paying off my debt, like, other than that, I don't know what's the first thing I'd buy with $1 million. I couldn't get the big boat I wanted. That's different. That's lottery winning. I'd buy a big boat. But if somebody just gave me $1 million, I don't know what would happen. Besides me being like debt free.
Definitely the responsible way to go.
Uh, but yeah, Mixer's dead. Nobody. That did not take long at all for Mixer to die. I honestly feel bad for him, but they
I
also suck.
I
I
never
never went on the
visited.
Mixer at all.
Yeah. Granted,
The
I'm
only
hardly ever on Twitch either, so
There's only one person I watch on Twitch now, and it's Lil Tyler One.
I was about to say, oh, Tyler won.
It's the
Roid
only person I
Rage,
watch.
Tyler won.
But I don't know. I don't know what it's actually going to affect in the long run. I honestly don't think it's going to affect much, if anything, of what happens. I
But,
mean, because nobody is ever like, oh, follow me on my Mixer. Like,
it's always Twitch or
yeah,
YouTube.
folks,
Like,
Twitch, or even or even YouTube gaming. Like, even YouTube had a better streaming thing than Mixer and Facebook gaming. God, Facebook's gaming is like Dancing with the Stars, pretty much. That's whenever. That's whenever you're at the last bit of your career. That's when you go to Facebook gaming.
Alfonso Ribeiro will never reach the end of his career.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the guy from Fresh Prince, not Will Smith.
Oh, Charleston.
Yes. Was that the
Okay.
character's name?
Yeah, he does the Charleston, the dance back and forth thing or whatever,
Okay.
snapping his fingers and stuff.
That's him.
Okay.
He was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh. Dave Chappelle made a joke about it. It was just like whenever he like went to Africa for all those years and stuff, and like left Comedy Central, and he was just like he got that call from getting calls to do different things, and then it was like, come be on Dancing with the Stars, and it's like, Not yet.
I'm not there yet.
Just imagining him doing the marimba and just standing there waiting to be judged and stuff. God, I couldn't imagine. That's Facebook gaming in a nutshell.
Mage, would you be on Dancing with the Stars?
Mage isn't even on this podcast today, apparently.
He must have had something else come up.
I guess so. But
He's not muted.
I don't know what he's doing then. Anyways,
I was going to make
Mixer's
fun of
dead.
him for a second, but
Mixer's dead. Kick. It is what it is. Everybody go back to Twitch. I mean, Ninja's probably going to Twitch. That Shroud dude's probably going back to Twitch.
go make some more money with something else.
Yeah, just whatever. Just imagine making $30 million for 8 months of work and then still just being like, there's more money to be made.
I can do more. Well, like, how old is Ninja? Like, he can't be any older than
He's probably like
30.
our age.
Yeah.
Let's see. How old? How old is Ninja? Oh, he's literally 29. His birthday is June 5th.
He just
So
had.
yeah, he's our age.
Yeah, he just turned 29. God, could you imagine making $30 million right now? Like, I can't even fathom that much money.
Yeah. Like I said, even if it was just like 10K, just like tossed my way. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Come again. Okay. Cool. I did have a question about video game stuff.
Okay.
Have you played any more Last of Us?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's why you
I've
deleted
been busy. I've been busy.
it.
Like I plan on playing more of it tomorrow.
Okay. I was just gonna ask for an update and see how it's going. I was gonna see if I could find whatever stuff that Mage was watching where it does like the cutscene stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I don't have a PlayStation and I probably will never have a PlayStation.
Get a PS. No, you're gonna get a PS5.
I'm gonna go buy one.
Yes, we're all getting a PS5 so we can play together.
Yeah, Mage.
We had this conversation before where it was just like, can we agree on a next gen console to all get?
Did we?
So we can play more. Yes. So we can all play games together and do something besides just doing leagues so we don't hate each other. So we were talking about it and we were just like, oh, we want to see what the Xbox looks like. And I would even be on board to get an Xbox if that's what both of you were getting. Okay? And then we just like, oh, nothing's good with the Xbox. It looks like a refrigerator, Omega Law. Okay? Oh, Halo, that's it. And then we just like, okay, let's see what PlayStation comes out with. We had this conversation before.
Yeah, I guess it just kind of has merged in with all of the other random conversations we've had.
Yeah.
Not that I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead. What have you been playing this week, Conan Jones?
Honestly, just my factory deal. Like the little bit of time I've had since last time we talked, I've just kind of been. It's kind of just my wind down, kind of something else to think about. That's not
work, and it's not Baxter being dumb.
Or 90 Day Fiance. My wife's on a 90 Day Fiance kick.
Is that what that fat dude in the bed thing? That meme?
The dude who has no neck.
Yeah, that just has like beard and neck, and they're like beard and chins.
Yeah, he's on 90 Day Fiance, so she's actually watching that season right now, and dude is a nightmare. Cause yeah, he is.
I want to make a joke, but I'm not gonna because you're gonna have to edit it out, so that I'll just make the joke after we get done.
I appreciates it.
You're welcome.
And that's what I appreciates about you.
That's what I appreciate. Remember when I told you like, hey, you should watch the show Letterkenny, and you were just like, I don't think I watched an episode of it. It's not for me. It's okay. And then you came back like 2 months later, making all these quotes and stuff, and I instantly called you out on it.
Man, it's all right. It's all right to be wrong.
That's what I thought. I swear to God. Next thing you're gonna be like, oh yeah, have you watched the show called Shameless? I swear to God, if you ever came to that,
Okay.
I would literally drive to your house and
I
we'd start arguing.
I know we've talked about Shameless, and I despise Shameless. I hate it.
You said it scares you or something
It
like
gives me
that.
anxiety.
I don't know how the TV show gives you anxiety.
Like they're so stupid. Like because it's real enough that I can like I know people
They're
like you who make dumbass decisions like this, and it
they're doing what they can do to survive and to make their way in the world. Not everybody got dang Hallmark Channel lives, Conan Jones.
okay, you've gotten there. Like there we go, and we're done.
I must have missed something big. My supervisor called. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's Mage.
We figured you
me
were
and Conan
something
Jones, me
happened.
and Conan Jones started arguing, so it's all good.
Oh, fair enough.
Ghost
Mage,
is
do you remember when we talked about we all agreed on getting the next gen consoles, on getting the same one?
Not even slightly. I don't have a modicum of thought about that happening. Like,
a modicum.
'Cause motor? Yeah.
Wow.
Are you a transformer now?
yes, I'm Optimus Prime.
Modicum, roll out. No, sorry.
Autobots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that happening at all.
It must not have happened then.
It did happen. I know
Ghost-
this conversation happened.
Ghost is crazy. Can't
How much
confirm.
have I ever like brought up random stuff and then being like, and being it not being something we talked about?
But Gus is going to want us all to get the PS5, and that's an issue with him.
No, I want us all to get the same console, regardless if it's Xbox or not. But we all said the Xbox was dumb because it looks like a refrigerator. All it does is play Halo.
I definitely did not say the Xbox was dumb. But, okay.
I know it looks dumb.
They both look dumb, let's be honest.
I don't know. I like the PS. That now the more I've looked at it, the more I'm just like,
It's not
I
that
get
bad.
the whole futuristic look. I get that they want to do that because
Yeah, but can you put a drink on it? Can you also use it as a nightstand?
If you're
I
if you're using your Xbox as a nightstand, there's a whole another bunch of issues that we need to talk about. Than the games that are playing.
Right.
Like that's a $500 nightstand.
It's only $500.
I think so.
But to say, if they released prices,
Sony hasn't
I
released
know.
the price of the
6-year-old me would be like, "That's way too expensive." But now that I have an adult job, I'm like, "That's not bad."
Right? I spent okay. That's the other thing I was like $200 to get my car fixed, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's rough." I was like, "No, it's not at all. Like $200 is well worth it for AC." Okay,
Man, having money has warped my mind so bad.
I still remember the times where we would be struggling and just like pulling money together to go eat.
Yeah.
Like,
Or having to ask to borrow somebody else or to pay for my meal.
yeah, like I remember those times, and now it's just like, oh hey, let's go do this. Oh, it's an expensive. Like no one cares. Whatever. Like it's nice,
the good side of adulting.
right? Like it being like adult, and not like the adults that you two have to deal with, and like that like spend money to buy crack and stuff.
They're not the adulty adults.
Yeah.
They're the adults that never grew up. So,
But
oh, goodness.
what Mage? What have you been playing this week besides arguing with people?
playing with my feels. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, this is a family podcast.
Oh,
Excuse me?
This is a family store.
oh God, we need to tell that. I don't know if we told this story or not. I'm sure we have, but we can probably tell it again.
We will save it for another day.
Yeah, so we're sitting at an hour mark already.
I've still never been back in that stupid store.
What have I been playing? Shoot, I don't know if I've been playing that much. I know last week I was playing like a lot of stuff. Last week I played a lot of stuff,
Okay, well,
like
this is this week.
Children of Morta. So I got the Xbox Game Pass, which was actually a really good deal because you have to get Xbox Live anyway to do anything on just like with the PS Network, but pretty much you have to get it to play
Uh,
games. But like for $5 more, you can get the Xbox Game Pass, which just has like a whole crap ton of games for free.
you can
Um,
also get like some games day one for free too, like new releases.
oh, I didn't realize that. But like that Game Pass has like all the Gears of War, including the new one, Gears of War 5 or 6, can't remember. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's not an upsell.
but it has all the Halos, um,
That's an
uh,
upsell.
the GTA 5 for free, so you don't have to pay for it again.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they're
not.
trying to sell you again.
That's not an
But
upsell. I'm tired
it
of
also has
GTA 5.
it also has a whole bunch of indie games. Like I got to play Metal Slug X, that old arcade game.
Honestly, that's not an indie game.
Well, no, but let me finish. There's other indie games on there, but I got that was just when I was talking about indie games. That was the first one that popped in my head that I played. And yes, it's not an indie game,
It's
but
like
it's an old
I'm
ass
playing
game.
this indie game,
Well,
GTA
no,
Five.
but I remember playing Metal Slug X at like the skate park that we had that that just had a bunch of like arcade machines.
Yeah,
And so I actually got to beat Metal Slug X, which I never got to beat because it's too dang
those
hard and
games are
expensive.
hard. I hate those games. Like,
So I got to beat Metal Slug X, and it's hilarious. By the way, that game is so funny. Um, but I got to play some indie games like Children of Morta. I haven't played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, but I have it downloaded, so I'm going to play that one.
mm,
Um, Ori and the Blind Forest, and
that's a
Ori and
good indie game. Now
Ori,
you're
and
bringing up good ones.
but it also had Ori and the Will of the Wisp, the new one. I
Uh,
had to play the other one. I started Ori and the Blind Forest, so I'm going to finish that. Um, it had a bunch of games on there. Hollow Knight that I have downloaded, so I'm going to play that one. So it's just like a lot of these old indie games that like Metrovanias and roguelites that
yeah,
that I haven't got to play for. That looks interesting. Wizard of Legends is one that I played. That one's hard. But yeah, they're really cool. So I've been playing around with that Xbox Game Pass.
that's good. I'm glad you're having a good time with it.
So I've heard Ori is really good, but for
It
someone
is.
like me who does not really enjoy platformers, would I enjoy that?
It's a Metroidvania. Did you ever play Metroid?
Nope.
He doesn't like those kind of games.
Well, I mean, it's kind of more linear, but it just kind of depends. I think you'd have to try it to find out. It's really pretty, and it's kind of a heartwarming story or
You play it for
heart-wrenching
the
story.
you play
Depends on
this
where you're
you
at.
play the game for like the how good it looks. Like the gameplay,
No, the
it's a
gameplay's pretty.
Metroidvania game. It's pretty
Yeah,
similar
it's
to
a
other
Metroidvania game, but
Metroid.
it reacts real well. I mean, the gameplay is pretty solid. It just depends on whether you like that kind of gameplay or not. But it's a really pretty game.
Because
That's for sure.
that's like the same thing kind of happened with crap. What was that game called?
Crash
The
Bandicoot 4, it's about
no,
time.
it was like the ice climber
Celeste.
Celeste. Yes, that is like, oh, this is like one of the best games ever made, but it's like I just couldn't. I guess I just don't like platformers like that.
It's not like that.
It's not like
It's
Celeste.
not like
No,
Celeste.
you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die unless you're bad at the game.
Conan will probably die then.
But no, it's not. It's not like that. That's not what the Metroidvania is. Metroidvania is more like it's a very expansive map that's 2D. So you go left, right, up, and down. And there's a lot of hidden things that you can find. And that's kind of what a Metroidvania is.
Okay, I might look into it because yeah, I've heard it's really good and looks really good. I've heard that the Will of the Wisp is good also, but maybe not quite as good as the first one. But everybody's got an opinion. Um,
Nothing's ever as good as the first one,
no.
except for Mass Effect 2.
Mm. Mass
which was
Effect.
better than the first one.
Mass Effect 2 is a good game. It's probably the best Mass Effect game there is.
Hardcore agree, no joke. Mass Effect 2 is the best.
There's
Yeah.
really not a better Mass Effect game. That's not even close. Like Mass Effect 3 was okay. Like it was really good at the beginning. Like Mass Effect 3 had me like glued to it for like the first like 15 hours. And then that 16th hour hit and I just want to just die.
It kind of sucked that they forced you to play the multiplayer in order to get the best results. Because they wanted to do that Galaxy at War thing.
Yeah.
So, so it's kind of hard to go back to it when, like, you know, the online isn't active. I don't even know if the servers are still up.
I don't either.
I have no idea. Kind of y'all are
Well,
speaking another language at this point.
I've just I haven't really had much time to play that much things anyways, just because had a busy weekend. This week's been sort of busy because I've been working on stuff. I'll get to that maybe in a week. Uh, but I've been just World of Warcraft, and I'll get some more Last of Us in tomorrow.
All right.
But all right, let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Conan Jones, what is your win of the week?
So I kind of already talked about mine, but I've just got a long weekend. Just going to see my family tomorrow, and then my wife's family after that. So, yep,
That's good.
that's why we're early.
May, what is your win of the week?
I just been really productive this week. I'm kind of going through this phase where, like, I have one kind of bad week and then one really good week. And for the most part, this is a pretty good week, besides the tail end of today. Like, literally the tail end of today. The rest of the day was great.
Yeah,
But, like,
that's good.
so that's about it.
Well, my win this week is I got some more work on the pool done. My cultivator thing was a little bit late getting here, so I didn't get here until today. So, and it's been really hot anyway, so I didn't want to go work on it yet. But the cultivator soil tiller thing, whatever, works really well. Just from what I've tested out with it, so pool should be up pretty soon. But it's working pretty good. And then I had a really good Father's Day with my family at the lake, and everybody liked my cooking.
Good.
All right, well, thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at Low Gaming. If you have a question or a subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go and leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. But thank you guys again, and remember, have a great day and a better tomorrow.